Jtv, your #1 Christian channel.
Good afternoon, viewers. If you're watching on TV, if you're watching online, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Welcome to today's episode of We Do Recover. Today we have an awesome guest called Julius. It has been a few years before we have really interacted and really talked. Julius is here today to share with us his story. And before we get into that, I hope wherever you are keeping safe, you are keeping yourself, not contaminating your environment, not talking just about your thoughts, but also talking about health-wise. Keep safe, COVID is real. Karibu sana, Bwana Julius.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, asante sana.
Yes. So, Julius, he is an addictions counselor at the moment.
Right.
Behind every achievement or behind every person, there is a whole story. So, I'd like you to just introduce yourself to us and tell us, how did your story start?
Good afternoon, viewers. Yes, behind every saint there is a story. Every saint has a story. So, my names are Julius, and Julius Ngede Kimani is my father, and I think I can go straight to the story.
Yes, please.
Yes, I was born in a family of 5. I was the firstborn, and I was born in a middle class family, very Christian. My mother was an intercessor, and so I was brought up in a Christian setup. And life was good through primary until when I joined high school in Form 1. That is when I began experimenting with drugs. Actually, cigarettes. Many people don't take cigarettes as drugs, but me and you, we know they are drugs.
Yes.
That is, they are called gateway drugs.
Yes.
They are drugs that open the gate for other drugs. So I experimented cigarettes right from Form 1. My reason, by then I didn't know, but after going to school and learning, and I came to realize that I experimented cigarette because of fear.
Which fear was this?
Fear is an aspect that is an aspect that can cause one to experiment drugs. I felt in primary school I went to a day school in primary school. I schooled in Nairobi.
Okay.
Right here in Nairobi, somewhere in Ngara. So when I went to boarding school, I think I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for the transition from primary or from day school. Now I'm going to boarding school, away from my mom, who I loved so much, away from my family. I didn't know what to expect in boarding school. I used to hear stories that boarding school will be bullied, you'll be beaten, everything will be taken away from you.
Okay.
So I went to high school with that kind of fear. The fear of being bullied, things being taken from me. You understand?
Yes.
So me, when I went to high school, I made friends. It's fear combined with, peer pressure, or I would rather call it fitting in. I wanted friends who are bigger than me,
Yes.
who could protect me from the bullies. You see now?
The bullies in your form.
Yes.
In Form 1.
Unfortunately, I didn't know how to make those friends. And I wanted to show them that I am from Nairobi. I went to a boarding school somewhere in Kiambu. I will not mention the name, but I wanted to show them that I am from Nairobi. Mse wa Tao, unajua lugha za siku hizo. So I wanted to show them that I'm from Tao. So even my language was Sheng like, and I surprised them. Nikawauliza in Kiswahili, tutapata wapi fegi? Viewers, fegi is cigarettes, eh? So I asked them, I shocked them, I asked them, where will we get cigarettes? And they were surprised. Angalia Form 1 asking for cigarettes, hey. And I think I had gotten the right people, the right people
at that particular point.
That particular point. But of course it was wrong company.
Yes.
So they asked me, do you have money? I had money, of course, the pocket money.
Yes.
And I had passed well. So my grandmother had given me something, my auntie, my dad, my mom, kila mtu. Unajua life ya boarding, and the way we know how to manipulate getting that money. So I had money, so I gave them 50 bob. 50 bob those days was like 1,000 now, or 500 now. Hey, they were surprised. The cigarettes were brought. I don't know where from, but they were brought. We went somewhere behind the pit latrine, not in the dome, but somewhere behind the pit latrine. And we started smoking. And my first time to smoke, honestly I hadn't smoked before then.
Yes.
But my first time when I puffed that cigarette, I didn't know. I didn't know even what to expect. I didn't know how it tested, what to expect in terms of tests and all that. So I didn't like cigarette. I didn't like it because number one thing that made me to hate cigarettes was the coughing. I really coughed. Because, you know, sasa I'm pretending to be the man, eh? So nikivuta, I smoked ile kuvuta na finyo. Navuta mpaka unatengeneza tushimo hapa. Kuonyesha na mimi ni yule msee. I really coughed. I coughed and coughed. Then the second puff was a struggle. Ilibidi ningangane. But finally sigara ikaisha. Niliwekea upepo mpaka ikaisha. So that was my first experience, my first contact with drugs.
So there was nobody else in the family who drank or smoked or did anything? No,
my father used to drink when we were growing up, but at one point he stopped drinking. He stopped drinking and he was a good father. I wouldn't say he was an alcoholic by then.
Yes.
He wasn't drinking so much. But by the time I was completing my 4th form, he had gone back to drinking again.
Okay.
So he had gone back to a drinking. I don't know, he was a regular drinker, not a problematic one, but a regular drinker.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So how was your progression all through high school?
So through high school, after now the first contact, I kept smoking. You know, this disease, addiction is a progressive disease. So I kept smoking regularly, socially. First I began smoking socially, but by the time I was getting to Form 2, it had already begun to become a problem. Because I was now not a social user, I was not a social smoker, I was a regular smoker. A regular smoker is one who smokes, you know, regularly, I would say regularly.
Yes.
Sio mara moja moja. Ni kila siku, every day you smoke like 2-3 sticks.
Yes.
You understand? So I became a regular smoker. So I used to my visits to the pit latrine area, that najua kila boarding school iko na base, and I know my viewers who are watching understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So the visits to the pit latrine behind now on the field increased. They increased.
Yes.
So I could smoke like 4-5 times a day. This is in Form 2. You see how it has progressed.
Yes.
So in one of the visits to the smoking area, some boys came to smoke as well. they came with a different kind of smoke, a different kind of a cigarette that didn't look like mine, like the one that I am used to. I know by now you are guessing what it was. But I didn't know by then. I didn't know what it was.
Yes.
So he lit it, pop. And I would say I loved the smell.
Okay.
Because I was curious to know what is it, why is this cigarette not smelling like what I'm smoking. Hata nikajaribu kunusa, nasikia hapana, hii inanuka tena, the smoke is thick. So I was curious. From curiosity, now again curiosity. We mentioned fear as a cause of experimenting drugs.
Yes.
And we mentioned peer pressure and fitting in. Now curiosity is setting in. Unaona? I want to know, why is this cigarette different from mine? Why is it smelling differently from mine? You see?
Yes.
Nobody asked me. My curiosity told me. I asked the boy who was smoking, nikamuuliza, can I have a puff?
Nipe moshi mbili.
Nipe moshi mbili. Na unajua yenye manangwi. Yenye manangwi, especially when you are a first timer. So the guy grandly gave it to me. Nikavuta. Na ile uoga nilikuwa nafikiri nitakohoa, but I didn't cough. Nikavuta, nikasikia it is smooth. Nikavuta ya pili, nikasikia it's not hard like cigarette, like the tobacco that I'm used to smoke. And viewers, don't try. Msijaribu kuvuta nyumbani kwa sababu nimesema ni smooth. So it was smooth. Nikavuta, nikafungia, nikasikia. But the first experience with it is now weed,
Yeah.
After now smoking, nikienda kumpatia akaniambia vuta ingine.
Chapa moshi ingine.
Chapa moshi ingine. So you know how they do it. Nikavuta moshi kama 3, nikampatia akachukua. But I can tell you, I didn't like the feeling either. Kwa sababu within 5 minutes, I was dazed. I was like, nilikuwa naona miti ni kama inakuja kuniangukia. Kumbuka tuko kwa kiwanja huko, in the field, in the field there are trees.
Yes.
I was looking up and seeing the trees, miti zinakuja kuniangukia. I tried to escape from them. Unajua?
So you're basically hallucinating.
Yeah, basically mild hallucination, kama kuna kitu kama hiyo. I didn't like the feeling. So the boys, after I smoked, they poured water on me after seeing how now I'm sweating, and wakanimwagilia maji na wakaniambia nisijaribu kwenda kwa class. You know why? Because if I go to class, the teachers will know, something has happened to Julius.
Yes.
Na sasa unajua mimi ni mdogo, form 2 boy. Something has happened, and they feared that I will sell them out. So I didn't go to that class. You see now problem, shida zimeanza za drugs. Because once you miss class, you know now that is not a good thing. So it progressed. That was now my second experiment with drugs. Nilijaribu hiyo. And it progressed. When I went home during the holidays, I didn't used to smoke weed, but I started stealing my father's now alcohol. I stole kidogo ile amekuja nayo kwa nyumba, naongeza maji kidogo, nachota kidogo, naongeza maji. You know, and you know he used to drink Muratina. Ni wale wazee walikuwa wanakuja na jerrycan of Muratina, 5 liters ya of Muratina. So mimi nikiweka kidogo kwa chupa, naenda na kunywa huko, naongeza maji kwa hiyo Muratina yake. So that is how it was. And in form 2, all through form 2, I was now on cigarettes, a little bit of bangi, and alcohol. Actually, we started now sneaking out of school with a group of boys now who became my friends. And of course we recruited others. We started sneaking out of school, tunaenda, we come mini packs. Zamani kulikuwa na mini packs. Zile za Mwan Mikins. These days I don't see them. Akina Sapphire na nini hizo. We used to go, we buy mini packs zile za plastic. We put them in the pockets, tunarudi nazo shule. So we used to drink a little bit of alcohol, cigarettes, and a little bit of bangi.
Yes.
So the progression ikaendelea, the progression continued, and you see now, the more it continued, the more problems it is
Started having in school.
In terms of even my grades now started dropping, and I started missing class, started having excuses to miss class, excuses to go home, mimi ni mgonjwa, right for me a leave out, my sick sheet, excuses to have more money from my mom. Those days we used to have money orders, hakuna M-Pesa wakati hiyo. So ni kuenda pale unakoroga simu, operator na kuconnect kwa mom. I lie to mom kidogo, hey mom, I have a debt, kuna debt ya canteen, kuna nini, nimepoteza kitabu nalipishwa, fulana yangu imeibiwa. Mom used to send, unajua that interest in money. Of course, you know, it's because you want to maintain now every addiction is expensive. Hata hiyo shilingi 5 ya sigara, it's a lot of money. Because you won't smoke one cigarette in a day,
yeah.
And you want to go out with alcohol, you want to go out with girls, you want to go out with, you want to show off.
It's a lifestyle of its own.
A lifestyle of its own. So the interest for money, I started now missing class. All those excuses, I became dishonest in class. Until in Form 3, now the disease, the abuse has progressed.
Yes.
In Form 3, I was called. My teachers started noticing. I was one of the best students when I joined Form 1. But now in Form 3, grades have dropped. When I joined Form 1, I was ranking between number 1 and I couldn't go beyond number 10. You see. But now, by the time I'm in Form 3 and by the time I'm being summoned to the staff room by the teacher, I was ranking number 27. Nakumbuka vizuri sana.
27 out of 30 or 10?
Out of 40.
Oh.
The class was 40 students, tukienda sana 42 hapo. Unaona? So the teacher was concerned. Why is our student? What is happening to one of our best students?
Yes.
Hizi grades zimeshuka sana. And when you look at the exam papers, blank zinakuwa mingi sana. And you know, it is a lesson that we learned.
Yes.
Kumbe when that lesson was being taught, I was down there smoking. And you know, unajua ukirudi mwalimu hatarudia hata explain your formula ama your topic ati because Julius was away, now he is back. Unless you take your time, unless now the student takes his time during prep kwenda kwa mwalimu kumwambia mwalimu hapa I didn't understand what you know, na hiyo time for drug abuser hawana hiyo time.
And actually your teachers, any form of authority is your enemy.
Yeah, is your enemy. So mimi exam paper ikikuja, hey, blank ni mingi, na zingine hata napata 10%. You see now problems began. So I was summoned. Of course I denied that there's a problem. I denied, nikaambia walimu mimi am okay, nini, you know. In that, the same year, in Form 3, third term, you know, now the progression has gained momentum. It has gained speed.
Yes.
Imeanza kuslide sana. You see? And the need for money is becoming even, we need more money.
Yes.
Sababu the group is becoming larger, the group is becoming bigger, you know, the drugs are zinaongezeka, the tolerance, unajua with tolerance, you need, when tolerance inaanza kupanda, you need more of the drug, you need more of the cigarettes,
to
you
feel
need
the same way.
Yes, to feel the same, the first, how I felt in the first time I used. And of course now tushaanza ka weekend tunashikisha miraa ni kate. I hope my viewers are understanding my sheng.
It's not active. Don't worry.
So we had also started now indulging in miraa chewing. Unajua miraa pia inakuja na cost yake, mabigiji, masoda na nini. We have now started even going to discos. Kulikuwa na a college nearby, not very far from our school, and every end month walikuwa na have a disco end of month. Unajua ni wakubwa, ni college wanakubalishwa.
Yes.
So we used to sneak out, lazima tunge sneak out, we go to that college, we attend those nini. So the need for money ikakuwa mingi. Unaona, mom hapa, I have lied to my mom so much until now I don't, lugha imeisha, I don't have any more mistari ya kuitisha pesa kutoka kwa mom. Nastaki aanze kususpect akuje shule.
Yeah. All this time they've never come to school.
They have never come to school. I also somehow blame them, sababu they were so free.
Hands free. But you're the first one.
Unaona, yes. So even for our viewers who are watching, make sure you know how your children are doing back in school. Ni vizuri kutembelea walimu, lakini siku hizi walimu before even on admission lazima namba ya mzazi ikuwe pale kwa file. Yeah, but those days hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So now of course the need for money, now we had to look for means to get money. Yeah, you know what I mean. We had to look for other means to get money, because now you cannot get money from my dad, I cannot get money from my mom. I have to make money.
Yes.
Na shule hatulipwi. Unajua shule ulipwi. Sasa tukaanza kuibia ma form 1s. We knew, unajua kila form 1 akikuja lazima akuje with an atlas, a new Bible, a new mathematical tables, kamusi, hockey stick, dictionary, vitu kama hizo. Hockey stick si shule yote, shule yetu ilikuwa ya hockey, yetu ilikuwa yetu ni kuja na slasher. Lakini slasher ukikuja nayo inawekwa huko kwa store. So we used to sell those atlas, kamusi, dictionary, unajua hizo zote ni hot cake. The mathematical tables, mathematical set, Oxford kwanza, those ones. Hey, tukaadhirisha form 1s until no form 1 had a dictionary. I remember shule yetu ilikuwa ya 4 streams. Lakini we broke into those lockers, sold all the dictionaries. Until now the teachers were concerned. How comes form 1 wote wameibiwa dictionary? Mwalimu wa geography akikuja hakuna form 1 ako na atlas. Wa Kiswahili akikuja hakuna ule ako na kamusi. How comes? And even extended now to the dorms. Dorms unajua wakikuja wanakuja na viatu mpya. Form 1, when you are taking your kid to form 1, you buy a brand new shoe. Akilala kiatu imemea. Until now, mpaka now kwa hanging lines.
Sweaters.
Guys, sweaters na shati. Kwanza shati ndio ilikuwa hot cake. Shati ni ya white. Ukifua shati yako, if you leave it there, you won't find it. Mimi nakwambia watu, ilifika sasa mahali watu unafua shati yako mbele ya kwenda chai ama ya kwenda dome, ya kwenda dining hall ikiring. Kama ni lunch time, you carry your wet shirt to the dining hall, because if you leave it there you won't find it. Food was not a priority to us. Kwanza hiyo time ya watu wakienda dining was our time now to go back to class, ama kwa dorm, to break into their lockers. Hey, so it became a concern to the teachers, and they laid a trap. They laid a trap for whoever who is stealing, because they tried putting up a suggestion box hapo kwa dining. Tukajua wametuwekea suggestion box pale, ati watu waandike majina ya wale watu wanaiba. We broke into that suggestion box. All the suggestions we took them away na tukazichoma. Hey, principal akajua nyinyi sio wajanja. So a trap was laid without us noticing. Unajua drugs zinakufunga macho hata you don't notice what is going on.
Yes.
So kumbe trap tuliwekewa. Hey, one morning on a Friday, I remember it was on a Friday, after the flag has been raised na nini, principal alikuwa anaitwa Mr. Njoroge akasema, today I don't have much but I will call out names. If you hear your name, remain behind. Kwa parade sasa. Tukaitwa majina, yangu ndio ilikuwa ya mwisho. 5 boys tukaitwa. So we remained behind. Tukapelekwa kwa dorm, random search. Tukaanzia wale wa form 4 wakaanza na form 4, tukaenda kwa dorm ya form 3, tukaenda kwa dorm ya, kulikuwa mpaka na ka form 2 kamoja kalikuwa ka new recruit. Ka form 2. Unajua form 2 ndio watu waribikia. Hey, so tulipofika kwangu mimi, a lot of cigarettes were found. We had even started now selling bread. You know how bread is hot cake kwa
in any boarding school.
In any boarding school. Siku hizo ni siku ya buffalo. So nimeshikwa na mikate kama 20. Nimezikatakata pieces. Unajua buffalo tulikuwa tunaikata mara nakatwa hivi it become quarters. Mkate moja inatoa quarter 4. And we used to sell those quarters. And we also had blue band. Ukipakiwa bandika, una cough more money. I think it was 15 bob for bandika, 10 bob for kawaida. So in my locker, bread was found. Automatically our walimu wakajua hii ni ya kuuza, si ya kukula. But I'm still maintaining that ni yangu ya kukula.
20 loaves.
Yes, 20 loaves. Over 20 loaves. Tulikuwa tunaleta na gunia ile kubwa, tunapack malofu huko ndani usiku. Hey, and you see it's Friday, so we tuko na stock mzuri ya weekend. Hey, nilishikwa mpaka na kisu. Na kisu ni marufuku sababu mkate si lazima ukate na siku na kisu. Nilikuwa na kisu very sharp. Aya, sigara nikashikwa na sigara za weekend. Hey, nikashikwa na 2 sapphire and 1 packet of marijuana, bangi. Unajua vile packet ya Sportman vile tulikuwa tunamwaga sigara tunapack bangi ndani. Hey, sigara walitoa packet kama 4. One teacher, the discipline master, smelled akasema, hata bangi iko hapa. Nika freeze. So mimi, I was expelled after that. Because now imekuwa sasa kubaya. Yani we have been stealing from the students. I remember even the teachers, kwanza lady teachers, they complained. We used to sneak into the staff room. Sasa zile wote wako class. And you know staff room, ukipita kwa staff room iko na dirisha kubwa, if you peep in hivi utajua hakuna mtu.
Yes.
So we haraka within a flash of a second ndani, na uko na kisugu, uko na mtu anakuangalilia. Kumbuka we are a group of boys.
Yes.
We sneak inside. Ule madam amwacha handbag yake hapo. Na unajua addicts wako na kenunuho. Kenunuho is what do you call it? Help me. Addicts can
know if somebody
can smell money.
Even just how things look like.
Yeah, so ukiingia hiyo staff room and it's a big room, you know which handbag to go to. Ukiangalia tu hivi you already smelled. Ile iwezi kosa. Na ukiingia 10 seconds, umeingia, umetoa the small pass, umetoa pesa na umerudisha, and you are out. You see now? So even teachers walikuwa wanaumia.
So you're now expelled. Were you able to finish your form 4?
Yes, I was expelled and I went home. Continued now with the chewing miraa na nini haikuisha. Of course now mom hapo bado ananitetea.
Because you were never acting out at home.
Yes, at home I was the best. Sijaanza kuuza vitu za nyumbani. Unaona? So mama ananitetea. So mom went back to school. He talked to the principal at length. Wakaongea sana. Finally I was allowed to come. Unajua sasa hii ni mwezi ya ni mwaka ya form 4. I was told to study from home. I study from home, but I will do my form 4.
Your exams
from my exams from the school. See, that is what happened, and I did my form 4. And God is good, bado siku fail. I got a certificate that was not bad. It was not a very strong division 2, but division 2 by then was good. Si ni kama sahi ni kama
C plus ama B.
C plus ama
B-
kama C. Si ni kama C.
Okay. So
it was a division 2 that was almost division 3. Ni C, it's a C ama C plus kitu kama hiyo. So I didn't go to form 5, though I was admitted to form 5. Shule ingine iko Kirinyaga. I was admitted, but I didn't go. I refused. I opted to go to college. And to go to college, mimi naambia mama nitafutia college, but I don't have an idea. Unajua, that is when now the teenager kuna crisis, kuna identity crisis. You are trying to discover. I was trying to discover who I was trying to discover what I want. I didn't know what I want to do in life, so I tried like four different courses. You see, nimeenda accounts, dad amelipa, and my dad, because yeye alikuwa msomi, he was an educator, alikuwa anapenda mpaka up till today. My dad anapenda masomo sana, so he used to pay the whole year.
Sati semester moja.
Si ati semester moja. Nimeenda accounts, analipa the whole year. Hey, nimeenda nimefanya accounts mwezi 2, hata simalizi semester, imenichokesha. Pesa imepotea. Nikatoka hapo naenda graphics design. Amelipa tena, thinking that
the boy will stay.
Nimeenda miezi 2, miezi 3, semester ya kwanza, ya pili sirudi. Pesa imepotea. Nimeenda sijui computer nini IT, pesa imepotea huko pia. So I tried, but finally I settled. Nikaenda Polytechnic. In Polytechnic I did Eldoret Polytechnic. I did automotive engineering. At least hiyo ilinipatia kitu.
And it was interesting for you.
Yeah, it was interesting. And again huko, unajua sasa kwa huko Eldoret ni college na kuna workshop, na nikiadhirika sana nachukua ka toolbit ama kaspana, naenda nauza, napata kitu. So I guess nikamaliza huko because of now that. But I was not that nini. Although God was good, again I was among the best.
So you finished with very good grades.
Yes. Very good grades. Na nika graduate vizuri with a diploma. Nikatoka. Kukuja sasa kwa kiwanja huku, kwa marketplace, looking for work. I did some work. I worked kwa mechanic, nikafanya na kazini yangu, but it didn't work out because I was already now
an addict.
Hata kama si addict, I was a problematic user who was now approaching the addiction stage. I don't think I was an addict already, but I was a problematic user. I was a problematic user, meaning now problematic user, unajua, is a person who cannot concentrate on what he does. Okay?
Without using.
Yeah, without using. So most of the times, hata badala ya kukua kazi, mimi am somewhere removing my locks and unaona. So most of my times was spending on looking for drugs na nini. Finally my career didn't work, and I started now selling things, my own things that I had bought, things that my mom had bought for me. Hata saa zingine nyumbani, I remember I sold mpaka masahani za mom. Na tukakosana, it became a problem. I started now even getting into trouble with the authorities kushikashikwa, mara nimeshikwa na bangi, mara nimeshikwa na matembe. Now I have graduated even to pills, psychotropic drugs. You see now, shida zimekuwa mingi. I think I was now fast approaching addiction. And or rather I was in the early stages of addiction. Now it became a problem even with my family. My dad now didn't want to see me. Mtu nimemsomesha afanyi kazi. Unaona, ni kuuza tu vitu zangu. Akikuja akipark gari nimetoa side mirror, nimepeleka Nyayo market kuuza. Nimekuja nimebadilisha miguu, nimeenda you see. Now until finally when I couldn't, nobody could cope up with me, not even my sisters, because now nilikuwa nauza mpaka vitu za masista zangu, vitu za bro. Unaona, so now nobody could cope up with me. I decided now I move out.
Ulijifukuza?
Nikajifukuza. Nobody chased me away. Actually mom didn't want me to go. I moved out. Na ku move out, you know, when an addict wants to move out from home, hata move out at yaende mali, you want to go to the nearest place where you can get your stuff. Unaona? So me, my moving out, I moved out and went to live in Madare area. I know you know those places.
Yes, Mlango.
Yeah, Mlango, Madare. So now that became my area of operation. And you know, by now I have graduated to so many drugs. Speaking of cigarettes and miraa, hizo ni shadow. I had now graduated to mandrax and zingine tunaita bugizi, rohypnol and heroin. I was using now heroin pamoja na bangi. You see,
cocktail.
Heroin cocktail is heroin mixed with bangi. Hey, and now I had even started now peddling. I was selling now. I was selling in Madare, sometimes in town. Tulikuwa tunaendea Madare, tunakuja tunauza Kirinyaga Road. Town. Na siendi home. Unaona? Na napitia tu hapo. Home ni Ngara lakini siingii home. Na niko Madare tu area. Hey, I stayed. Until now, I think it was 10 years. Actually, I don't know how many years. Imagine, mimi sijawahi kumbuka. 10
years. Kufungua macho 10 years of
10 years imepita. 10 years sijawahi ona mtu. My brother tells me, and I hope he is watching. My brother tells me that they looked for me in every prison. Sister yangu ananiambianga, wewe ulifanya tujue jela mingi sana. They had gone to every prison, Athi Rivers, industry area, Ruiru, Kamiti, wapi, looking for me. Mimi siko. Na saa zingine hata walikuwa wananiacha huko jela. Lakini you know now, sisi tukishikwa tunaenda na jina ingine. You know, nikishikwa nikienda police station siandiki. Mimi hata nilikuwa nishageuka Muislamu. I had converted to Islam.
And the main reason for converting to Islam was
just to look for peace. You are an addict ni mtu ana peace. Was just to look for peace. I don't know Islam kama wana accommodate addicts, but I don't know. Just and peer influence.
Yeah.
So they looked for me in every prison. Wakikuja Kamiti wanajipata najiita Abdul Majid. Wakienda Athi River wanajipata najiita Osama bin Laden. Funny names, So they looked for me until they thought I was dead. Unaona?
Okay.
Lakini while I was now living in Madare and operating in Madare, unajua sasa town imekuwa ni no go zone because nimeenda jela mpaka nimechoka, my friend.
The cops in town know you.
Now the cops know me. Akiniona anatoanga tu pingu hata kabla tujafikiana. Anajua tu hii pingu ni ya ule jamaa. So now nikaona hii imeisha jela itaniua. Wacha tu nitulize zetu Madare. Unajua Madare kushikwa ni ngumu huko.
Because no cops will enter there.
Yeah, no cops will enter there. So mimi maisha yangu ni hapo Madare. things happened, one thing led to another. Watu wame overdose. Now I saw so many people, I know so many people who have died from overdose.
So meaning right now you're living in Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria. Mtazamaji, Nigeria si Lagos, huko ni Nigeria Mathare. There is a Nigeria, I hope wanaelewa. There is a Nigeria. Nigeria is a drug hub huko.
It's headquarters
where heroin and pills zinapatikana karibu na Kosovo huko. So now so many of my friends died from overdose, others from mob justice. Sababu of course ukikosa pesa ya kuvuta si lazima uibe. You must utaiba tu. Drugs and crime. And crime in terms of robberies, stealing, snatching, muggings, they are related. They go hand in hand. Mtu asikudanganya ati he is very deep into addiction na ibangi.
Yes, a lie.
Hiyo ni atakudanganya. Kama yeye sio pickpocket, yeye ni maga. ama bagla. So I saw so many of them die, and now my turning point, when now I started now thinking about now how to stop. One day I remember, this is traumatic. One day I was sleeping with one of my friends. Unajua sasa Mathare tunalala, you don't have a house. You are basically homeless.
Okay.
Unaona? Siku mzuri we changa, we contribute, mimi, you like 5 of us, 50 bob. Tunachukua lodging, a room, a small room.
Yes.
We squeeze ourselves inside there. That is basically being homeless.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes, it is.
Sababu wewe utalala mahali, usiku ikikupata Nyandarua utalala Nyandarua. Usiku ikikupata Kirinyaga Road utalala Kirinyaga Road. The nearest cheapest lodging around.
Yes.
You know now, sasa one day we were sleeping with this friend of mine. Siku kwanza tumeua kenge. Kuua kenge is killing it. We have money, tumeenda mission, make a lot of money, and we smoked.
Just smoking, no injecting, no nothing.
Hakuna injecting. Cocktail. Cocktail is weed and heroin mixed together with roaster. Smoking non-stop. Smoking after smoking. I think we smoked a whole gram wakati that time, mama zaidi. Unaona?
Yes. With
this friend of mine. Na unajua the way wewe unajua heroin vile hakunanga kupita na moshi, unahesabia na moshi mbili pitisha, moshi mbili hivyo. Hakuna kupitana. So until we were stoned, and when we went to sleep, of course we slept with my friend there. Asubuhi kufika, you know, addict akiwa na pesa kwanza, although addicts normally with or without money, addicts wake up very early in the morning.
By 4
in the morning you are awake. So mimi 4 in the morning, around 4-5 hapo in the morning, ukiwa na tu pesa unalalalanga kidogo, and we had money. I'm trying to wake this guy, to wake him up. Jamaa amki. Mimi naona ni kama madharau wewe, sababu utaki kuamka juu uko na pesa nini. And you know we are sleeping hapa kwa hapa na yeye.
Mko na pesa but you're still sharing a room.
Yes. Na sio sisi wawili, kuna wengine wamelala pia. Tuko na pesa lakini bado you cannot take your own room. So this guy is not waking up. Nikamfunua, mimi naona ni kama madharau yape. Kwani wewe uko na pesa ngapi utaki kuamka? Nikaona jamaa amefungua macho hivi ananiangalia. Kumuguza hivi, guy is not moving bana. Jamaa alidai. He passed on. I said nilipanic. Lakini hebu angalia guts za heroin. Bado niliingia kwa mfuko zake nikatoa hizo pesa. Unaenda wapi na pesa wewe? Nikamtoa pesa and I took off. Hata sikuamsha mtu. Hata even the other guys, they didn't know what has happened. Even the lodging attendants,
you didn't even tell them.
Nitawaambia mimi sina time ya kwenda kuandika statement. Nikatoroka Nigeria, nikachukua bundle. Nikaketi nikaanza kuvuta.
Bundle basically it's like 1 gram.
Bundle is like 1 gram,
1
sachets, 10 sachets, it's 1 gram of heroin, Nikavuta ikaisha. Unaona? Hey, you know now I'm in panic. I don't know kama nitakuja kushikwa na polisi. Sababu na you know those guys who those guys kwa lodging si wanajua tulikuwa pamoja. And they know as well it's somewhere we frequent. Most of the times tunalalanga hapo, so tunajulikana. Huyu jamaa na huyu ni marafiki na jana walilipa nyumba pamoja na walilala pamoja. So I don't know what will
happen.
Hey, so mimi niko na uoga. Sasa hapo ndo nilianza kufutafuta sasa nitatorokaje Nigeria nisikuje kusakanywa. Huyu jamaa amekufa na overdose. Unaona?
Yes.
Now I started now even hearing questions inside me. Na sio hallucination. I think it was God now speaking to me. I wasn't hallucinating because the voices I was hearing, they were asking me, you have smoked the same quantity, the same stuff with this guy. Kwa nini amekufa na wewe hukukufa?
And it's very rare for people to smoke and die.
Yeah, it is very rare. So kwa nini yeye amevuta, umekufa, na kama ni overdose, kwa nini amekufa na you have smoked the same stuff? And then, what if it was you, it happened to you? Unaona? Na kwenye shamba iko nini, nobody chased you away from home, wewe ndio umejifukuza home. Unaona sasa what is going on in my mind the whole of that day. Hata sikuenda kutafuta pesa hiyo siku. Nilikuwa sasa nashindwa sasa nitaenda home aje. And you know God works in his own miraculous ways.
Yes.
Tukiwa Garissa Lodge, Isili, sasa nimetoka Mathare nimeenda Isili sasa. Tukiwa Garissa Lodge nikakutana na jamaa mmoja nilimwachanga akiwa mtoto sana. Jamaa anaitwa Karanja. Maybe he's even watching. Karanja is my brother-in-law. He's a brother to pastor's brother, Pastor Morris. Ni brother ya wife, brother ya Pauline.
Yes.
Anaitwa Karanja. Hey, nikasukutana na Karanja Garissa Lodge. Karanja ni aje? Hey, poa. Hey, nini? Hey. So tukaongea kwani umekuwa mkubwa aje? Me 10 years, I'm thinking it's 10 days ama 1 year. I'm expecting that I'm talking to the boy I left in class 8.
You're talking to a man.
Hey, I'm talking to a man. Mtu wako karibu hata kufanya wedding. Hey. Hii ni aje? Na Anto ako wapi? Anto is my younger brother, our last born.
Yes.
Anto ako wapi? Akaniambia Anto ashakuwa soja. Ati soja, alisoma mpaka lini? Imagine nikaanza kuhesabu mpaka hizo miaka. Christmas ya gani? Kwani tumespend Christmas ngapi? Hakuna Christmas mimi nakumbuka. You know, you become like crazy, Kasi hiyo ndio addiction. Hiyo ndio rock bottom. That is not even addiction now. That is rock bottom.
You have lived the rock bottom for 10 years.
Yes. Hey, I'm telling you, mimi ni Mungu alinirudisha uhai. So, Karanja gives me a number. Kanambia ni namba ya Anto. Ati Anto alimaliza shule, akaenda campus, akamaliza campus, akaandikwa, akaenda Lanet, akafanya training, sasa yeye ni Air Force. Hai, sikuamini. Hii nikapigia Anto, ni aje, niaje, uko wapi? Ni nini umepotelea? Tukutane, tukakutana somewhere in Ngara. Can buy your food and we used to meet. Unaona? So Anto is the only brother I was comfortable with. Unaona?
You're not comfortable.
Sababu sasa siwezi enda kwa pastor. Pastor nimemtoanisha mpaka mpaka namuogopa. Siku hiyo church JCC wakati hiyo ilikuwa pale Ngara.
And
So
he was the assistant pastor.
Yes. So nilikuwa naenda na treatiwa like, you know, like a prince. Nimepewa food ya nguvu, nikitoka hapo sitakosa rawabe ama so mbili, kitu kama hiyo. But now it has become a thing that mpaka pastor sasa anajua huyu jamaa, I will not continue enabling him. So sitaki mambo ya pastor. Unaona?
Yes.
Sister zangu sitaki mambo yao, sababu ataanza kunisomea. By the way, it is a fact. The person who is loved ama who is liked by the addict is the enabler.
And the enabler is this person who supports the addiction.
Who encourages the addiction. Unaona?
Yes.
Huyo mtakuwa mabeste sana na. Unaona? So Anto, me I used to go to Anto. Anto ananibaia nyama, chupa, nini na ananipatia. Unaona? Sababu pia alikuwa anakunywa kiasi. Na Anto sina ubaya na wewe kama una watch. But
I hope uko umetoka.
So but my brothers were the people who wanted to help me. So I was saying it is a fact. The people who wants to help the addict becomes the enemy. Unanielewa? But the one who enables the behavior, who encourages the behavior,
becomes the best friend.
Unaona? So the only person I was comfortable with was Anto. Unaona? But one thing led to another. Mimi na Anto tunakutana, tunakunywa, ananipe, tunawachana hivyo. One thing led to another. Anto, God, I think also God spoke to him, akapigia sister yangu, akapigia bro, kaambia hey, tuko hapa na Ng'ethe is not looking so well, blah 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 blah, nini. Unaona? And I wasn't looking so well. Uliona hata kwa picha
Yes.
Hizo picha uliona ni that day, hiyo siku, that day that now
you're checking into rehab.
Yes. Actually they were taken inside the rehab. Unaona?
Yes.
How did I get myself into rehab? Nilienda now Anto ameambia now my sisters, my sisters, I know you are watching. Wamekuja mkutano hapo, tukaongea. Lakini unajua addicts ile ambivalence state you want, you don't want, nataka kusaidiwa. So mimi hata tukiongea mimi nafikiria ama sisa zangu watanisaidia, watanipatia ngiri kama 100,000 hivi niende nianze biashara.
Wishful thinking.
Wapi? Na unajua hata ukipewa hiyo, hata kama ningepewa hiyo 100,000 ningerudi tu Mathare now with confidence. So mimi kakuwa tuende tununuliwe nguo because I was not looking very good. You know, ni kama nilikuwa na waibisha. You can imagine now pastor na suti yake amekuja. Anaongea mjeshi hapa ameishiwa, kiatu imekaa hivi. Nini. So ikakuwa mimi nipelekwe tu kubai nguo nini. Mimi huyo ndani ya gari nilijipata Talbot. Nilijipata system. Hey, hasira wiki ya kwanza, wiki ya pili hasira ama withdrawals. I went through the program. Denial ni kitu iko kwa addiction. Denial is part of addiction.
How long in rehab?
Miezi 9. I did a program of 6 months. So unajua narcotics, 3 months is for alcoholics.
Yes.
6 months is for narcotics. You know me now, because me I was a multiple substance user. Mimi program yangu went for 6 months. Then after 6 months I requested now. You know, now I had started feeling good na nini. I requested I want to stay for another month. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Finally nikakaa 9 months. And nilipotoka sasa rehab, I didn't want to go back to go back home. You see, nikahama Ngara. Nikasema mimi sitarudi kuhama Ngara. With the support of my brother and my sisters, I thank them very much. They saved my life actually. I was able to get a house in Kiambu, a small house. I started in a small house, a 10 by 10 single room. Nilianza na kulala chini, mattress, bro akanibaia mattress, stove. Hey, nilianza maisha upya. Life began now again from zero. So I began now that new life in Kiambu. I was fearing Gara. Gara nilikuwa naiogopa mbaya sana.
Because it's a trigger zone for you.
Yeah, trigger zone mbaya sana. Nikienda church nilikuwa napanda gari na kuja. Kama gari inapita Ngara ya chini sipiti. Napita hii ya juu fig tree na niweka hapo fig tree. Napanda gari nyingine naenda church. JCC. Sasa hiyo church ya JCC ishatoka Ngara ikaenda Parklands. Naenda Parklands. After church hakuna kwenda mahali pengine, home ama kwa bro. So life began now to transform. Hivyo nikaanza kabiashara kidogo. By the way, I started from zero again. Nikaanza biashara ya kuuza maziwa. I was selling milk, I was selling groceries, hivyo. And in the process of selling groceries ndio pastor akanipigia simu akaniambia kuna mtu anataka counselor na nini. Unaweza fanya job ya counseling. Nikamwambia si ndio, I'm good in motivating na nini. And that person happened to be Benji and his wife. Unaona?
Dunia ndogo.
Nikaenda Rongai. Kafanya kazi huko hivyo. God aka continue working on me. Milango zikaanza kufunguka, and from there now, that is when I registered for a course in SAPTA, an addiction counselor's course. Nikafanya that course SAPTA. It went smooth. Na nilikuwa nafanya na naendelea na kazi. Because after recovery options, nilienda rehab ingine iko Ruiru, Wonder Peace. So wakanipatia that one day, nilikuwa naenda class, narudi job, I was resident huko. So I continued learning and practicing, hivyo. God was on my side again. When I finished and we graduated, I was the best student in 2015, SAPTA. In our class.
Yes.
Tulimaliza I think tukiwa 13 ama 14 of us, and I was the best. I was given that award.
So so until today basically you've been working in the treatment industry.
Yes. I changed careers. I never went back to automotive again. I changed careers. Biashara sasa si niliwachia wife.
Okay.
I got married, my friend.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I got married, and we are now again back with my daughter. During my addiction days, nilipohama kwenda Mathare na Huruma, I got a girl in Huruma. I was able to get to a girlfriend. Sijui kama nimuite bibi ama nimuite girlfriend, but we got a daughter together.
Okay. How old is she right now?
Sahi she's old. Siulize miaka ni mingi.
Ni yake ya kusema.
But she's old. Ni mtu anaweza olewa. I'm even a grandpa now. Si yako na watoto wawili.
Congratulations. Congratulations. So
she's 26 going to 27 now.
Wow. So when you look at the quality of your recovery, before Wokoke and after you got saved and you decided Christ is your savior, so what was the quality when you compare them?
I think we forgot that bit. When I was in rehab, my brother used to visit me every 2 weeks. I think they were also fearing that I will die there. Unajua nilikuwa nimeisha. Even the director tells me, hey, unajua, they used to look at me, to care for me, like, kama mtu kwa ICU. Unajua withdraw ya heroin wewe. 20 years of heroin is not a joke. Nilikuwa nikikula ndizi, ile 10 bob banana, I couldn't finish that banana. natapika yote. Nilikuwa nikilala mali nalala ndoo iko hapo matapiko. So my brother used to come to see me every 2 weeks. So in my, after now breaking the denial and accepting myself, accepting the program, and I'm working the program, I think in the 2nd month, my brother came, he prayed for me, and I heard the voice of God, and I told my brother I want to get saved. He was happy, and ifurahi sana. So he came with 2 ministers from JCC, wakaniombea. I got saved in rehab. Awesome. So ever since I have been saved. You ask what is the quality of,
if not necessarily yours, if you compare it to the other lives of other addicts that you know that are in recovery, the quality of your recovery as compared to others,
I would say it has been awesome. But I owe it to the support, to the family support. Sababu I have seen many people fall. It is now 10, 11 years. This is my 11th year now. This is my 11th year in recovery.
Yes.
Working my recovery. But it has not been easy. It is by the grace of God. That's why I'm saying I owe it to my family, my brothers and my sisters for the support. I have seen people who have fallen, people I was working the program with, back there in 2011, I was with them in rehab. But now when they come back to rehab, some have even come back to rehab like 3 times. Unaona? Wananipata mimi ndio counselor wao.
No, look a patient now.
You know, I must, you know, in counseling is patience and empathy.
Utmost positive regard.
Yeah. So mimi, if I compare now my recovery with theirs, I think mine has been God guided. Okay? Hata nikirudishia bro shukrani na nani, but God has been with me.
Okay.
God has been with me. Otherwise, many people have relapsed, and the reason people relapse, is lack of that support system, a good support system. Because many people make the mistake of thinking that now, if they bring their loved one to rehab,
that's the end.
That's the end. Wewe si tumekusaidia, wewe si ujisaidia hapo pengi. Hapana. Hii ni safari kubwa sana ya you cannot walk alone. That family support must be there. The spiritual support. I got spiritual support from my brother. He's actually my pastor. He's my brother, but he's more of my pastor than my brother.
He's actually your younger brother.
Yes. He's my younger brother. Tumewachana na mwaka moja. Lakini sasa mimi, I see him as my pastor, more of my pastor. So he prayed for me, I got saved. He has supported me. He has taught me so much in terms of spirituality. Unaona? So that spiritual support, family support ni muhimu. But also spiritually we need that support. Your support system ni family support, spiritual support. Unaona?
Yes.
And now the aftercares. My aftercare is very important. Aftercare or follow-up. What has supported my recovery, I would say ever since I got into recovery, I have been working in rehabs.
Okay.
Mimi sijai fanya job mahali pengine. Nimefanya rehab, recovery options, from recovery options, Wonder Peace, from Wonder Peace, Talbot, from Talbot, Mariakani, from Mariakani back to Talbot again. Unaona? Zote ni rehab.
So that has kept you sane and sober.
It has kept me sane and sober and reminding me of recovery. You know, every day I talk recovery. Every day. Nikiamka asubuhi I talk recovery. Nikienda kazini I talk recovery. Everything I do I relate to recovery.
So wakati imetuishia. 1 hour imeenda.
Time is over. 1 hour is over.
Hata tumeiba 10 minutes. How can, if people want to talk to you, how can they reach you? Because I believe that was a very good parting shot. Hatuwezi ongezea, hatuwezi punguza. How can the people reach you? Unaweza patiana contact?
My personal number is 0702 045 500.
Yes.
Again 0702 045 500. You can reach me on that line, and I am also on Facebook, Julius Ngede Kemani on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Julius Ngede, and yeah, you can reach me from there.
Okay, so this has been Bernad Mwangi with Julius Ngede. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from, and have a wonderful, lovely day ahead, full of God's grace. So, shalom. Bye.
Bye.